deal with the topic that is difference between GDP and GNP. First of all, let me give my introduction. This is Shalini Khatwani, graduation in the field of Bachelor of Business Administration, post graduation in MBA Finance and Marketing from Shri Shankaracharya Group of Institution, Bilai, Chhattisgarh. Work experience 3 years. Worked as an assistant professor in Management and Commerce Department at Kalinga University, near Raipur, Chhattisgarh, and currently preparing for UgCnet Management. So basically, GDP and GNP are part of national income. Okay, they are part of national income. Both are the indicator of finding out the economic soundness of a country, how the country is economically functioning, what is the condition of production of goods and services. Okay, GDP, GNP. GDP is classified into national income and cost factor and personal income, and GNP, gross national income or gross national product, is classified into net national product. So basically, what is national income? Let us focus on that, because national income has two categories, that's GDP and GNP. National income implies the ultimate outcome of various economic activities of a country during a given period. What is a given period? It's a financial period. Okay, financial year we can also say. So basically, national income implies, see, through national income it is understood what is the condition of manufacturing or production of goods and services during a particular period of time. Okay, it is a supreme macroeconomic variable, it's a part of macroeconomics. Okay, national income is a part of macroeconomics that helps to gauge basically refers to measure the economic soundness of a country through national income. Okay, what is the condition of GDP, GNP, per capita income? We can identify how the country is economically functioning. Okay, what is the condition of production of goods and services? What is the condition of balance of payment? What is the condition of import and export? Both GDP and GNP. Okay, both GDP and GNP are the two most commonly used measuring of a country's economy, how the economy of that particular is functioning. Okay, both of which represent the total value of all goods and services produced over a defined period. What is a defined period? Financial year. Now, key difference, what are the key difference? See, through this diagram you can easily understand the difference between GDP and GNP. See, GDP is concerned with the production of goods and services within our country. It doesn't concerns that the production should be by the nationals. Okay, it doesn't concern that the goods or services are manufactured or produced by the people who are the citizen or who are the resident of that country. No, it doesn't consider. You can see in the diagram. See, this is the diagram of gross domestic product identification. These are the flags of different country, and they are contributing towards production of goods and services. So basically, GDP is concerned with the measuring production inside a country. Okay, no matter who makes it, it doesn't concern that the particular citizen should be of that country only. Like for example, here the flag is of Australia, so it doesn't consider. Okay, it doesn't consider that the production should be from my country's resident, okay, or citizen. Sound indicator of health of a US economy. See, basically through GDP we can identify how the economy is functioning. Okay, how the economy soundness is measured through GDP, how the production is taking place, how the production of goods and services is taking place. If the production is good, what will happen? There will be export, and if there is high export, there will be a your currency's value will be high in the international market. So that's why most of the country promote export, because export promotes the demand of a product in the international market, and the currency also has a high demand in the international market. That's why dollar is termed as universal currency, because USA exports high as compared to other countries, the technological product, or you can say software products. So basically that's why the value of dollar in the international market is high compared to other current currency, as compared to yen, pound. Okay, Now let us focus on GNP. What is GNP? Value of all goods and services made by a country's resident and business regardless of the production location. Now this is just opposite. Okay, we are not concerned here with who makes it, but in GNP we are concerned with who makes it. The nationals or the people who are the citizen of that country's production and services contribution makes or includes in gross national product. Okay, sound indicator of financial well-being of America and USA based multinational corporation. Sorry, this is the flag of USA. Okay, I have told wrong. This is a flag of USA. Basically it's concerned with the production of goods and services taking place by the Americans regardless of the location, whether they are residing in India or China, Korea, Japan, but they are contributing towards gross national product. So that is included in gross national product of America. Okay. Now let us focus on GDP. What is the condition of GDP in India recently? The GDP has come to 3.1%, which is very low. Okay, because of pandemic, COVID, and many reasons, or we can say economic policy are not sound of India. That's not contributing towards generating more employability, eradicating poverty, contributing towards per capita income, GDP, GNP. I felt the policies are not so implemented effectively and efficiently. Rather, when Manmohan Singh was there, he implemented the policy of LPG and many different policies which contributed a lot towards increasing the GDP, GNP and per capita of our country. Now GDP, what is GDP? GDP is the primary indicator. It's a primary indicator to use to gauge. Gauge basically refers to measure the health of a country. How is the country functioning? What is the position of production of goods and services? What is the position of import and export? The GDP indicates the size of an economy. It represents all goods and services produced over a certain period. Certain period refers to financial period. GDP is usually compared to figure from the previous years. In GDP basically we compare from previous year. What is the position of GDP in previous and what is the position of GDP now? Basically the comparison takes place like this. Now what is GDP? The gross domestic product or GDP is concerned with the value of all final goods and services produced in a country territory during a specific financial year. The meaning is very easy. Basically GDP measures the value of all goods and services produced in a country in a particular territory during a financial year. Okay, now this is the formula of GDP, very important. GDP is concerned with G plus I plus C plus X minus M. What is G? G, government investment or government spending. What is I? Government gross investment. What is C? Private consumption. What is X? Export. What is M? Import. This is basically the formula which you have to memorize. Okay. G is referred to government investment. This is investment made by the government. I refers to gross investment. C refers to private consumption. X refers to export. M refers to import. Very easy. Now this is the condition of India's real gross domestic product growth rate from 2009 to 2021 compared to previous year. See, this is the comparison chart of GDP. You can see in 2009 it was 8.48%. In 2010 it was 10.26%. In 2011 it was 6.64%. In 2012 it was 5.46%. In 2013 it was 6.39%. In 2014 it was 7.41%. In 2015 it was 8. Okay, in 2016 it was 8.26%. And in 2017 it was 7.04%, and in 2018 it was 6.12%. In 2019 it was 4.23%. In 2020 you can see the condition of GDP now. It is the lowest GDP compared to other previous year from 2009. Can you see 1.87%? It is so low, but assumptions are being made that in 2021 the GDP will be increasing at the 7.43%. Now let us focus on GNP. What is GNP? Very important. This is a part of national income. Okay, the gross national product or GNP is the aggregate of all final goods and services which are produced by a country, represents countries resident within a particular financial. Very important point here comes is resident. The production of goods and services taking place by a resident within a particular financial year. See, GDP, GNP both contribute towards production of goods and services during a financial year. The basic difference is that GNP is concerned with the production taking place by the resident, whereas GDP is concerned with not resident, the people, foreigners who are contributing towards the production in your country, in a particular territory. Okay, GNP categorically excludes the income. It excludes the income which is generated by foreigner. Very important point. It doesn't considers the income from foreigner, whereas GDP includes the income from foreigner who are only residing within a territory of the country. The GNP measures the value of goods and services that all citizens produce regardless of their location. See, for example, I am an Indian. I am contributing towards production of goods and services in USA. But in GNP, gross national product, my income will be included regardless of the location. But because I am the citizen or my origin is from India, okay? The location of the underlying economic activity. GNP is one measure of the condition of economy. This is also one of the indicator which analyzes what is the position of your economy. Okay. Now GNP is concerned with is a flow concept. GNP measures the final output. Okay, it's a flow concept. GNP measures final output. GNP is output produced by the citizen of a country. Yes. Now the formula of GNP, let us focus on that. GNP refers to, C is referred to consumption, I refers to investment, G refers to government investment, X refers to net export, and Z refers to domestic resident net income. C refers to consumption, what is the consumption of that particular country. I refers to what the investment that particular country is making. Okay, government spending, I would say, or government investment. G refers to. X refers to net export, what is the export condition of your country. Z refers to domestic resident net income. Now difference between GDP and GNP, very easy. The difference between both the GDP and GNP are very easy. Let us focus on that. See, GDP and GNP are expressed in monetary term. Very important, they express in monetary term. Thus, rely on the market to establish the relative value of goods and services. See, location based, GDP is concerned with location based, the production of goods and services in a particular territory, and this is concerned with a citizenship base regardless of the location. Now formula, what is the formula of GDP and GNP? We have studied in previous slides. GDP concerned with consumption plus investment plus government spending plus export minus import. GNP is concerned with GDP, okay, GDP plus net income inflow from assets abroad or net income receipt. It is concerned with NR plus minus NP, net payment outflow to foreign assets. Now usage, what are the usage of GDP and GNP? GDP is useful in business economic forecasting. It is used in measuring, okay, or analyzing what we need to do in the future prediction. Okay, it's concerned with predicting future course of action. See, for example, in today 2020 the GDP of India is so low. So what happened? The economists, okay, they analyze what are the factors and forces which has lowered the GDP. Then they are going to frame more new economic policy. So basically it is used in forecasting. Forecasting refers to predicting future course of action, what we need to do in future so that our economy or our country become economically sound. Okay, we concern with more production of goods and services and we export more goods. okay, and that will enhance or that will increase the currency's value of our country. GNP is useful in business economic forecasting. Both are used in economic forecasting. Both the techniques are used in measuring the economic soundness of a country and helps in predicting future course of action to frame new policies so that the country can become economically sound. Application. What is the application? To see the strength of a country's local economy. Basically, GDP is concerned with the local economy, domestic economy. Okay, what is the condition of my domestic economy, regardless of the people who are contributing to a production of goods and services. You are not concerned with that citizenship. You're just concerned with what is the production of goods and services that is taking place in my country, in my country's territory. Now, in GNP, to see how the nationals of a country are doing economically, regardless of the location. Regardless of the location. Through GNP, country analyzes how the nationals are doing economically, how they are functioning. Okay. Now focus. What is the focus of GDP? The production made only on domestic front. This is concerned with domestic within a particular territory. Okay, the production made by the country's citizen. This is concerned with the production made by the country's citizen regardless of the location, irrespective of other boundaries. Okay. Now measuring productivity. Production is measured only on a domestic scale. Domestic refers to a particular region or territory within a particular country. Production is measured on an international scale. See, basically, I'm an Indian. I'm functioning or working in USA. Or for example, X is working in USA. Y is working in China. Z is functioning in Korea. And both are citizens of India. So they are contributing towards production of goods and services on the international